Why zombies? It's a question I get asked quite a lot. But it's one I can't answer without first answering another question. That question is why horror? That's right. Why do I want to write books that frighten everyone? Well, horror is one of those genres, very, very special. You will never find another genre as cathartic as horror. You can curl up in your bed with a horror novel and read something as frightening and scary, but knowing you're doing so in the safety of your own home. Curled up under those soft, downy covers, with your cat purring at your head, nothing will harm you. The boogeyman can't get you when you're under your covers, right? Right. But seriously, why horror? I fell in love with horror when I was a little kid. There was a television show back in Indiana where I grew up called Nightmare Theater. It was hosted by a creature named Sammy Terry. He had the most infectious laugh. It was crazy, it was campy, it was cheese-tastic and wonderful. And he had a sidekick named George, who was nothing more than a rubber spider dropped down from the ceiling on a rubber string. It was great, and it caused me to fall in love with horror. But what about books? It wasn't until college, and a man named Clive Barker. He's my idol now, and he wrote a few books. You might know him. Anyway, Clive wrote a book called Imajica, and that was the first real book that I ever read, and I loved it, every page. Now, Imajica is not really horror, it's more of what Clive calls the dark fantastic. But that book was nothing more than a gateway to other worlds, and one of those worlds was the Hellbound Heart. That may sound familiar. If that title doesn't sound familiar, then Hellraiser might. That is the movie that Clive made based on his novella, The Hellbound Heart, and that kicked off a love affair that will never go away. But why zombies? Why not, oh, I don't know, vampires? That's all the rage right now, isn't it? Sparkly, shiny, hunky vampires with six-pack abs and smiles that'll melt your heart. Shouldn't I be writing that? Wouldn't vampire novels be selling like mad? Oh, sure. But everyone's doing it. And I've never been one to follow trends. Never. But the zombie novel, now there's a swift kick in the nuts. Why? Well, there are a lot of reasons why. Outside of the lack of sparkly, hunky zombies out there, the zombie story is a multi-layered metaphor for society, for human nature, for people, for corporate culture. Think about it. You've all been there. You've worked at jobs, in corporations, and the longer you work there, the more it sucks your soul and eats away at your brain. That's the zombie. And it's a perfect metaphor. Think about it. We all wonder. We all wonder when the apocalypse is coming, and it is coming. And the apocalypse will be brought to you by a mega corporation, or a government, or some mad bastard rich son of a bitch that wants to do nothing more than cleanse the world of everyone he deems not worthy. That's the zombie novel. It's brilliant. And it's not been tainted by glitter. My name is Jack Wallen, and I am the Zombie King. There is no cuckoo-cuckoo here, baby.